Hi everyone! I'm back. Ayun, sobrang daming nangyayari and sobrang daming clients din na kailangang asikasuhin. And marami ring na-approve for August and I'm very happy because of that. But today, ang gusto kong pag-usapan natin is about Philippine immigration muna. Kasi may ni-ready ako ditong mga requirements na potentially pwede nyong i-ready for your Philippine immigration pre-departure interview. Kasi 'di ba, syempre, as Filipino, it's always hard for us to leave the country. Real talk ito. Kasi kahit gaano ka-genuine yung intention of our travel or our trip, hindi pa rin natin may iwasang kabahan or may mga nangyayari pa ring offload sa mga kababayan natin because I think for one reason, they are not really prepared, you know. Kasi kapag prepared ka, then you can travel conveniently, diba? So, that's why I made this video to ready you. Para i-ready kayo, para maiwasan yung ma-offload, diba? Kasi it is very hassle ang ma-offload kasi of all the expenses you paid for the tickets, paying the travel tax, the documentations, prior to your trip, may visa application pa kayong ginawa. So, it is super bummer kapag ma-offload ka lang kahit may visa ka na. So, I'm doing this video tips para you will be able to travel confidently and that with ease. Kasi I really know how it feels like for first-time traveler. Kasi kapag magta-travel tayo na hindi tayo ready, grabe yung kaba. Hindi talaga may iwasan. So yeah, today, yun yung gusto kong pag-usapan natin and I'm going to share you tips and kung anong mga requirements na pwede nyong i-provide depending sa type of visa na hawak nyo, okay? Kasi lahat yan, hindi yan magkapare-pareho. Kasi may mga traveler na for tourism, may mga traveler for long-term, for marriage, for studies, for working. So lahat yan nakadepende sa type of visa na hawak nyo, okay? But today, ang niready ko na documents are for those traveler na long-term visa holder and under spouse visa. Okay? So, the list of requirements na pwede nyong i-ready prior your Philippine immigration interview are the following. Your passport, yung visa sticker. By the way, yung visa sticker nyo is always nasa passport nyo, okay? So, make sure that yung information nyo na nasa visa sticker nagmamatch sa inyong information na nasa passport. So, it can be your full name, your birth date, lahat yan dapat nagmamatch. Okay? Hindi pa pwedeng hindi magmatch. And after the visa sticker and passport is your CFO, of course. So, for those long-term traveler, kailangan may CFO kayong hawak, okay? Kasi kapag wala kayong CFO, there will be tendencies talaga na i-offload kayo. Okay? This is number one requirement din. Kapag long-term visa holder ka, you need to go through the CFO certificate. You need to get this from the Commission for Filipinos Overseas, like in the Philippines. Sa Pilipinas naman natin to pwedeng kunin. So, for you to be able to get the CFO sticker, may scheduling na gaganap, may interview, may mga counseling na binibigay yung mga CFO officer bago natin makuha yung certificate na yan. So, it is very crucial for you to spend time to do your research if you want and to get this certificate. Kasi without CFO certificate, the Philippine immigration will have the rights to offload you, okay? Kasi requirement to for those long-term visa holder. Okay, so moving on, for after passport, visa sticker, CFO, may one-way tickets, of course. Hindi ka makakaalis ng Pilipinas kung wala kang ticket. And hindi mo na kailangan ng return ticket kasi syempre for long term, 'di ba? So it is common practice to just buy a ticket for one way for long term, okay? Pero kung short term visa hawak mo, then of course you need a return ticket. And then following the one-way tickets, nandiyan rin yung e-travel. So for the e-travel, it is also normal na mag-register ka na 72 hours before your travel trip. So, at least, di ba, may enough preparation ka to register. So, dapat 72 hours or equivalent to 3 days bago yung alis mo. Dapat nakapag-register ka na, okay? And after that, may travel tax. Okay, so for the travel tax, kapag economy passenger ka, you just need to pay 1,620 pesos. Kapag first class passenger ka naman, of course, it is more expensive and nasa 2,700 pesos. And yes, aalis ka na lang ng Pilipinas, magbabayad ka pa rin ng tax. Pero saan napupunta ang tax? I'm joking. But yeah, moving on. So, these are just the primary requirements na pwede mong i-ready if you are a visa holder for long-term under spouse visa. Okay, i-recap ko lang yung mga primary requirements that you can provide for your travel, your passport, visa sticker, CFO sticker, your flight tickets, e-travel, and your travel tax. Okay? Kasi, ito yung mga primary document na hanapin sa'yo. There will be some cases or special cases na mag-a-ask si Philippine Immigration Officer sa'yo ng additional document. And of course, it will base sa type of visa na hawak mo, okay? Ang additional requirement na hahanapin sa inyo is your marriage certificate and the valid ID of your husband. Kasi gusto lang nilang i-validate din, diba? So, these are just some of the requirements na hanapin sa inyo, okay? And for sure, they will be asking follow-up questions then about your marriage date, kung kailan kayo kinasal, saan kayo kinasal, paano kayo nagsimula, ilang years na kayong nagsasama. So, these are all possible questions na tatanungin sa inyo and just make sure na alam nyo kung ano yung mga isasagot nyo dito, diba? And I'm 100% sure that alam nyo kung ano yung mga sagot dito kasi syempre, diba, this is your case, this is your situation. Dapat alam mo kung kailan kayo kinasal, saan kayo kinasal, ilang years na kayong dalawang nagsasama, and kung paano kayo nagsimula, diba? Kasi otherwise, hindi naman siguro posible yon na hindi mo alam. And for those who doesn't know, na-offload din ako before, twice. The same week, I was offloaded. And I know that partly it was my fault then because I did not do my research. I did not ask for help. So, na-offload ako 2 beses. But then, eventually, I was able to go through the Philippine immigration kasi syempre, I was able to meet the requirements that I was given. Kasi, for those na na-offload, diba, may binibigayan silang requirement slip na kailangan nating i-provide kapag na-offload tayo. So, na-meet ko naman yan lahat. And my partner, that time, he went to the Philippines to pick me up. To pick me up. Parang nag-taxi or nag-jeepney. But yeah, he went to the Philippines. We both travel together. We leave the country, the Philippines together. So, isa na rin yun sa ni-require sa akin that time. And yeah, I'm just really glad that I was able to make it through the Philippine immigration. But I won't deny the trauma, the stress, the humiliation that it brought me. Kasi nakakahiya talaga. And super nakaka-trauma. Kasi imagine, you know yourself that you are genuinely traveling for your purpose. Kasi alam mo kung anong purpose mo, diba? You know that you are a genuine traveler. Tapos i-offload ka lang just because you are not ready. Diba? So yeah, I hope you will really learn something from what I experienced and really try to avoid being offloaded because it is very hard. And lastly, guys, we also have to think that the Philippine immigration are just really doing their job. Hindi kasi naman pwedeng magtitrip lang sila ng mga pasahero, diba? Or ng mga traveler. Naghihigpit sila for a reason kasi may mga sinusundan lang din silang policy. So, it is up to us how we will be able to take their criticism if that's how we want to accept, diba? So, I think just ang may advice ko na lang to avoid you from this mess. I think it is best to just comply with the requirements na kailangan mong i-provide and that dapat alam mo every detail of your trip. Kasi syempre, diba, ikaw yung traveler. And all the questions that will be asked sa'yo are all related sa'yo. So, dapat handa ka din. So, if you think that it is very hard to comply with the documents kasi syempre hindi mo alam kung paano sila kunin or ano ba yung mga requirements na tutugma sa type of visa na meron ka, then I think that's the time that you will really need help. Seek help if you can. Actually, sa experience ko with my clients, most of them, like all of them, 100%, nakakaalis naman ng Pilipinas. Wala namang na-offload because hinahanda ko talaga sila for the Philippine immigration interviews and yung requirements na kailangan nila. So, that's all for today. I hope that after watching this video, marami kayong natutunan and that you have to apply this para naman hindi sayang yung efforts nyo din for doing the research. You can find me on my other social media accounts. I created a group page wherein you can join to keep you updated. And if you have any questions, concerns relating to Philippine immigration requirements or Schengen visa application process, you can send me a direct message or you can write on the comment box. And if you're curious to know what are the services na ino-offer ko, you can always visit my website. Thank you for watching this video and I'll see you again next time. Bye!